Here with Coach Dupuy as we get ready for a trip to SEC country this weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, Coach, I guess tell me how big was that win over Grambling? Just the way the team has played, and then just come out on that Wednesday to kind of probably build some confidence, if nothing else.
Yeah, you had a tough loss against LSUS, and we didn't play the way that we needed to, and so we kind of changed some things up with our approach, our game plan, the way that we practiced. Created a lot more competition in practice, which I think helped us for the game. And we needed to have a good start. And we came out on a 20-8 run. Give Grambling credit, they came back and tied it. But then give our girls some more credit for finishing the first half of the 11-2 run. And that kind of sparked us, and we kept that lead the whole time. So we should be a little bit more confident, but there's a long way that we have to go.
It talked about, it's something you've been wanting to see really all year, is getting off to a good start. And first 4 shots seemed like, I think they all went in, and that had to be, just from that standpoint alone, for you, for the girls to sort of get things going and know that they can do it.
It is, and so the whole pregame speech was, I basically approached it like a halftime speech. Told them they were down 15. And that we had to come out and hit them right in the mouth in order to get back in the game, and so kind of did a little reverse psychology on them. It seemed to work, but the thing is, they were in attack mode to start, and so we put an emphasis on making Grambling guard penetration, whether they were playing zone or man, and we did that early. They played us in man, which I think helped us a little bit to get the shots that we want. Had them on their heels, and got some confidence early, which is exactly what we needed.
Talk about the end stretch there. Grambling made a really big run there in the fourth quarter, but defense really stepped up when you needed it the most to kind of shut them down over those last few minutes.
We did, and I try not to use a lot of my timeouts prior to the fourth quarter. One, from a fatigue standpoint, but two, I always feel like if we get down or we aren't playing well, that we can play through it. And so, when they were making their run, we had timeouts at the end. We were able to advance the ball a couple times to avoid their press. And so, we did a lot of things at the end that we've been practicing as far as time and situation, and it worked out the way that we needed to.
Talk a little bit about Tristan. Obviously, we knew she was going to have to make the start. I think it was her first start of her career, stepping in for Gabby. 30-something minutes, really kind of stepped in and feel what Gabby's done.
Did a lot of good things. I think 8 points, 6 assists. We looked at some of her time and situation decisions as far as what we were running and got those corrected. But overall, a pretty good game. And I think Tristan's in really good shape, handles the ball well. She just has to trust her knowledge of what it is that we want to do a little bit more and be more vocal on the court. But again, that's part of the growing pains of a freshman. But very pleased with where she is and what she's doing in Gabby's absence.
Another player that we haven't really talked a whole lot about, but it's really been one of the more consistent offensive threats has been Kira. 10 points or more in almost every game. She's been there. Obviously, you would like to see a little bit more from her shooting percentage-wise, but she's still got to be a key part of the offense.
And I told her at the beginning of the year that I felt the way that we were going to play, and her being a senior and understanding what it is that we want to do, and her being able to score at all 3 levels, that she can be our leading scorer, and she is. But definitely the shooting percentage has got to get better. She'll tell you it is, and she's been in the gym working extra, and so we just got to keep growing, keep executing, keep improving in our understanding of game plans and how we want to attack. And as long as she do that, I think she'll still remain our leading scorer throughout the year.
Talked about increasing that competition in practice over the last few weeks, especially since that LSUS game. With the long breaks between games, we had 11 days between Grambling and Arkansas. What have you seen from the team mentality-wise in practice, off the court, that says, hey, what we're doing is working? I
think what we've done as a coaching staff has been really strategic as far as when we're practicing and how we're practicing. We took the day off after Grambling. We practiced on that Friday, took Saturday off, and then practiced again on Sunday and Monday, and kind of still created competition, but shortened the length of practice, made it very competitive. It was very spirited. We've got a couple lifts in the weight room since then as well. Took off Tuesday and today because they were heavy exam days. But we've also had players come in and get with their position coaches and get some skill development in, which was also built in too. And then now we have 3 straight days to work on a really good Arkansas team. So I think we've done really well with how we've planned out the exam schedule.
So talk to me about Arkansas. I think this is the 8th straight year we played a ranked opponent every year that you've been here as well. So SEC, big, ranked, I mean, challenges certainly ahead of us.
It is, but it's one that we have to relish, and I love the way that they play. In fact, if there was a style of play that we've tried to incorporate a little bit this year as far as the dribble drive and being able to attack off the bounce and kick to shooters, it's their style, and they've done a great job over the past few years implementing it, and now you're seeing the benefits of their work that they've put in. They're 21st in the country. I think they're top 20 in scoring. They're top 10 in three-point percentage or three-point shooting. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us, but one that we're ready for, and so it should be a lot of fun.
Do you think playing, especially that Texas Tech game, obviously you draw from that, especially for these players who haven't been, there's a lot of newcomers, to have seen that already, does that help them coming into this game?
It absolutely does, and played in front of a good crowd, and I think it's going to be an experience that we can draw from. It's going to be a Sunday afternoon crowd, and it'll hopefully get us ready for that Wednesday competition against Sam. So if you have a good performance against a ranked SEC opponent, you should carry a lot of confidence into the season opener as far as conference.
Is that the biggest thing you're hoping to take away is, because that first conference game is next Thursday, to come out, play well against Arkansas to get ready for that?
There's no doubt, but we don't ever play a game in hopes of just playing well. We want to go up there and give ourselves a chance to win in the fourth quarter, and that's the plan. But if you implement a game plan and you do what it is that you're supposed to do, especially against an opponent like that, it's a win-win situation.
All right, Coach, we'll appreciate you, and we'll see you again in Arkansas.
Thank you.